As far as like investing, one day I'm sure like a lot of people's goals to get a rental property. At
Mm-hmm.
what point do you think it's like I'm trying to find a way to word it. Like what percentage of capital do you think you should have towards the property
You're talking about the down payment?
before you do? Yeah,
Okay, so my rule is 20%. That way you
20%.
avoid, yeah, that way you avoid property insurance.
Okay, so I'm 23. I could probably do 20% right now. I don't have like the highest income. I'm just pretty good with I could say with saving.
Where
So
do
do
you
you think
live?
it would be in El Paso, Texas?
Oh, okay, Texas, El Paso. Okay, awesome.
Cheap houses.
Yeah. And your income
Yeah.
is monthly?
Monthly about 3,700.
That's a lot of
It
money, man.
depends. I also have, yeah, it's I have an ATM business right now too.
That is awesome, man. What do you do for
Yeah,
your main work? What do you do for your main work, though?
EMS and fire.
Okay, awesome. All right, so my advice would be this, okay? When it comes to like buying a rental property, this is the same strategy I'm gonna use, right? Well, first of all, okay, let me rephrase this. The first thing I would pay attention to is basically building up my foundation, making sure I'm good, I'm safe. Meaning, let me buy my personal house first to make sure I have, for
Mm-hmm.
example, my emergency fund that should be like saved up 3 6 months. All right, that's good. I have my own property paid off. All right, that's good, taken care of. And then I also have my investments. That's good, taken care of. Right. And then everything that I want to do next is okay because by that point my expenses are so low to the point that whatever I do, whatever income I make is gonna be enough to take care of myself. Because once your house is paid off, you have no debt, you have emergency fund, you also have investments, you're good to go forever. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
I live at home right now. So you would say I should buy my own property first, like one that I live with, pay it off. That way I have cheap expenses. That way I'm able to afford a rental property.
yeah, not it's not too. You can afford a rental property right now. My plan is
Hmm.
usually. You ever been on an airplane
Yes.
and they say put on the mask before you put on the kids mask because if you get knocked out,
Yeah.
then nobody can get helped.
Hmm.
It's the same idea. So if I'm okay, I have my own house. Everything's taken care of from that part. I'm financially free in a sense. If I buy a rental property and I get a little hiccup, am I gonna go down in flames? The answer is no, because I'm taken
Hmm.
care of. So my plan would be this: if I'm staying at home, which I am right now too, by the way, we share that in common. But I'm moving out, for example, back in June now. If I'm staying at home and I want to get into real estate, what would I do? If my name is D'Angelo and I live in Texas, right? Well, here's what I would do. I would save up 6 months worth of emergencies or 3 months, depending on how you want to sleep at night. For me, I have 6 months. For you, it can be 3 months, no problem. Once it's taken care
Hmm.
of, I want to save up 20% for the property I want to buy. However, when I go to the bank, bro, you have a good income. They're gonna like that a lot. They're gonna offer you a lot of money to buy a house, most likely. So usually, what I follow is the 33% rule. The 33% rule. That means, for example, that the house I'm buying, all the expenses combined, cannot exceed over 33% of my income on a 15-year mortgage. This
15.
way, yeah, 15-year mortgage.
Hmm.
Because again, we want to own this house, be done with it very quickly, very fast. We want to buy an affordable house. That way, our foundation is set. So
Okay.
again, right? So 33% includes, for example, the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, also the maintenance. On top of that, potentially HOA fee, depending if you do get a house that has an HOA fee or whatever it is. So you can get that house,
Hmm.
put on a 15-year mortgage, and you can basically put, for example, an extra 15% towards that house, towards the mortgage every single month whenever we get paid. The answer is you should finish in around 7 to 10 years. Or
Okay. Yeah.
if you put in extra money, more than 15%, you can finish a lot faster.
Hmm. That's
So
not bad at
now,
all.
yeah, exactly. So now I'm 23 now, but by 27 or 2028 or so, I have my own house, my own property, my own investments, everything's taken care of. Okay, that's great, that's awesome. Now, I want to buy a rental property now, right? So what rules do I follow here? The same rule, the 33% rule. Put on 20% and don't move on to the next house until basically you pay that one off in full. The con is
Hmm.
with this, right, D'Angelo, is that this is slow. and it's boring, right? Because it means that you don't have a lot of equity in these houses, but again, you will have a lot of cash flow. All the cash flow is going to be yours. You have literally no risk because basically you own the property. The properties are yours.
Yeah.
Now, the other option is, well, you know what? I don't want to do that, Tommy. I want to go ahead, buy a house. I'll put down 3.5%. I buy a rental, do that too. But if I lose my job, anything happens, I have to cover that mortgage. And if I can't, well, now I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I try to avoid.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, D'Angelo.
so it's all like a risk analysis depending on kind of what you kind of feel comfortable with your job, your income.
No, well, it's more like a rule that I follow. It's like my whole financial plan with everything. I just want to again, I'm all about long term, right? So I'm heavy in the stock market. That's where most of my money is. But when I get into real estate, that's the same thing I'm going to be doing, right? When I buy my first property, I want to own it. I want to make sure that I know, hey, I'm good to go no matter what. When I buy my next rental property, by the way, the first 3 or 5 are going to be slow and hard to get, right? But when you have 5 properties, cash flowing, for example, $1,500 a month, each of them, all that money is yours because basically you own the property. There's no mortgage on that. So now it'll be a lot more easier to buy the 6th property, then the 7th property, then the 8th property, right? And you can't lose because, exactly. At this point, you can't lose because basically you're taking everything step by step. It'll be slow, just like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett just became a millionaire. Was it a millionaire at like around 30 and then a billionaire around age 54? So it takes a while to like do things correctly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I see.
That's the way I would do it. But people would tell you, for example, a lot of people would tell you, just borrow a lot of money, get a lot of financing, and hope to God that nothing goes wrong.